It took me approximately a week, but if you do not have a Canadian Common CV, you would need much more time.
I would say probably in total, I spent maybe 1 to 2 weeks working on it. Not fully that time. If I had to put it into hours, I'd probably say, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 hours over that time frame.
So if I was recommending for people who are newer to research or maybe aren't as experienced or don't already have a CCV, I'd give yourself a month at least.
There's a couple places like the MSSU website itself has some information about best practices for patient engagement, but also CIHR has lots of resources on that about what it should look like and different considerations and things like that. And so I found, first of all, just reading that for my own knowledge was really helpful, but also incorporating some of that language into my proposal and into my application so that I knew that what I was doing was kind of best practice and wasn't just, crossing off and like checking off the box kind of thing, but was something that I could actually implement going forward based on, what's been proven to be effective or helpful.
So I used a few different resources as I looked at your guys' website and some of your core priorities and your mission to make sure it aligned with those priorities. I also went to the CIHR site and they had some recommendations around patient engagement plans. And I did some research into similar research and the type of plans they had for like peer-reviewed journals. And then I just try to use what I know about our patients and my experience with our patient population to meld those ideas together. And I know there's a lot of students that I work with or that I've had discussions with that their work fits very well and they didn't know about it. So I guess letting more students, especially work who is in straight medical, but has medical implications, or they don't think of it as medical, but it is, because maybe it's access or it's health equity.
Other resources available through MSSU that I found really helpful. I was thinking about planning like a scoping or systematic review, and I was able to request support from MSSU and meet with someone to talk about like just my original ideas and what that could look like and get some support. And so it was nice to have that avenue.
Obviously, the financial support to make it easier to attend school and less worrisome. For me, I've ensured that my students and my staff get the training opportunities I'm getting. So not only am I getting the training to make sure we do it effectively, we're able to spread that out and have more highly qualified personnel being trained through this opportunity. And they're excited about what they're learning. I'm excited. So it's just been really a trickle effect for us, where it's just a spreading activation of knowledge. And hopefully it has impacts moving forward for our research.
It's really cool for me because MSSU is really dedicated to patient-oriented research, and that is a passion of mine as well, and something that I try to embed into all of the research projects that I do. I think sometimes there's this fear about what it can look like because we want to do it right and we want to be intentional about our patient engagement and we don't want to be tokenistic about it. And those are all, I think, valid fears and concerns and things to consider. And so what I've really appreciated about MSSU is the support that they are willing to offer in terms of like setting up those types of plans and thinking through those things. I think it'll be helpful to have a variety of perspectives because it's all the more perspectives the better. Sometimes it can be a little scary to have all those perspectives and try to be incorporating all of them, but ultimately you get I think a much richer product at the end of it, which is really helpful.
We do some patient oriented, but we really want to flip into making sure all of our research is not just patient oriented, but patient led. And this really helps with me getting the training and learning to make sure I'm doing that as effectively as possible.